Hey guys, how are you today? My hip hurt, y'all. But okay, how are you today? So I'm really excited. As you know, we are doing the Disclosing series. So if you haven't watched the last two videos, they're going to be at the top. I'll let you know. Start from the beginning. When to disclose, how to disclose. Those for sure for individuals who are currently, dating or anything like that. The video today is how to tell or telling your current partner. So many of us get into situations like this where you find out your diagnosis while you're in the midst of a relationship, and now you're terrified of how to tell your partner. So I'm going to kind of tell from two standpoints. I'm going to tell from a standpoint where you can kind of, and you can kind of go into telling them now because you kind of in this situation now. And then you have the individuals who kind of did it and they kind of like, I don't know what to do now. Okay. And it's going to make some sense in a minute. But as y'all know, I'm Belize Spivey. I'm the STD Life Coach. So that is who I am. I serve men and women living with herpes. As you know, my whole goal is African American women or African American women. But if you're of another kind, it's fine. That's just me joking. But it's fine. You can reach out to me. I'm here to serve you in any way. I educate you. I support you. And I also encourage you. That is my whole goal. So let's get into this. So for my individuals who just basically you're in a relationship right now, and I'm going to talk from this first standpoint. The first standpoint is right now you are having some type of symptoms. You got an idea. You thinking that you may have herpes because you don't looked at it. You don't did some research, things like this. In this situation, if you're in this situation, I need you to start talking to your partner now. It's not the best thing sometimes to tell your partner something after you're laying in the bed with them, after you have talked to them every day, after you don't cook their food, after you don't did our stuff, you don't took care of kids, and they're looking at you like, why you didn't say anything? We've been at home the whole time. So I would say if you're in this situation, for my individuals who are in this, it's always best to talk to your partner if you feel discomfort, if you feel like something's going on. I feel like if you're with them, you should be okay with talking to them. It's best to start talking to them so whatever that may come out on that side, whatever your diagnosis may be, if it's herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia, bacterial vaginosis, yeast infection, your partner gonna be like, okay, well, she been telling me the whole time. It's not like all of a sudden she's like, oh, baby, she came home and she want to have a serious conversation. You know what I mean? This is always good to do to kind of just get that. Just start having those conversations where you don't feel like you got to have this odd conversation after, which for my individuals who are in that situation, I'm going to help you there too. But at the end of the day, if you can try to prevent that, the best thing to do is to start telling your babe, like, oh, I have some discomfort. I've been feeling this. Look at it. Like my whole thing had them look at it with you and all this thing. Y'all are both as confused as you want. Even though you may think something, you can say, well, I've been doing research. It said this, this, and this, and this. I don't know, but I'm going to go find out. You going to go with me or not? Or whatever. So now you have that open communication. So whatever comes out on that other side, the communication been there the whole time, and you feel like y'all going through it together. So the best thing, start talking to your partner about your symptoms. I don't care if you think it's a yeast infection. Tell him, babe, my vajayjay is itching. Babe, my penis, I don't know what's up. It look flared up. Look at it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, this person loves you, and they will prefer if you tell them up front when things just start happening or you're not quite sure what's going on, that they can go through the process with you other than kind of like finding out after and looking like you now got to ask all these questions, okay? So, on the other side, for my individuals who kind of went through the process, you went to go get tested, now you're at the place like, oh crap, how am I going to tell my partner now, because I went to go get tested, my test results say that I have herpes, and I don't know how to tell them now. My whole thing is, you're going to have to just really be very transparent with your partner, and you're going to have to explain why you didn't say anything in the beginning. I've been in a relationship, I've been married, so I'm going to tell you, they're going to ask you 1,001 questions. Number one, I'm like, who you been with? And that's probably the main reason why you're scared to say something now, because you're in a committed relationship, and your partner's first thing they're going to say, well, you didn't say nothing in the beginning when you first had it, now you go get tested, you sound like you've been cheating. Now, if you know you haven't been cheating, you're going to have to kind of just get through that part with your partner. I'm going to tell you something. You can't convince your partner otherwise that you haven't. If that's what they believe, that's what they believe. Hopefully, y'all can get over that hurdle with it. if y'all have had infidelity in this relationship, that makes this a little bit more complicated, especially if he has had infidelity, or you have, or he had it and he think you had, or you had it and now he think you did. You know, that confusion there. So my whole thing, that makes the situation a little bit 10 times a little bit worse, because at the end of the day, now he's going to assume, well, you did that before, I did that, now you're trying to get back at me and all this stuff like that. I'm a strong believer that you can get through anything. It comes with a lot of communication. It comes with a lot of understanding both sides of the fence. And no blame games. It's really like, if we're going to work through this, let's work through this. You say how you feel, I say how I feel, and let's come to a middle ground how to deal with it. Or if it gets very irate to a point where you feel like you can't deal with it, you're going to have to make a decision to walk away from the whole relationship, which I know that's probably not what you're going to do. But if it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you keep accusing me and I keep telling you I haven't did anything, but you don't want to believe me, what can I do? So, what the best thing to do is, after you get your test results, is to have a conversation. I'm not telling you to call your boo. No, you need to sit down with them. If you in a relationship with them, you should be able to sit down with them and talk to them. Now, if you're in a long distance relationship, or he on the road, or he worked long hours, or, you know, different things like that, different situations come with different situations. But if you come home every day and y'all sit down with each other every day, it's best to have a everyday lay in a bed and have a conversation situation. Okay, so my whole thing is, get with him and say, look, babe, I've been having some symptoms lately, okay? I haven't said nothing to you. And be honest, I haven't said nothing to you because I didn't know what it was. I was kind of just trying to figure it out on my own. I went to the doctor. When I went to the doctor, they gave me an idea of what they thought it was, but they wasn't sure. So they did the regular test like they all do. And my test results came back and it told me I have herpes. Your partner is going to look at you crazy. Number one, they're going to look at you like you're freaking psycho. They're going to look at you like, what you been doing? Do I have it? Did you give it to me? Did you not tell me the truth from the beginning? Did you know the whole time? The best thing to do is to show them the test results too. Show your partner the test results there, so they don't think that you just knew this whole time and you just saying something, because people do stuff like that. I've been in a situation where I messed around and did that before, and I do not suggest you do that. Be honest. If you're going to be in a relationship, be honest with your partner. You want an honest relationship, you want a real relationship, you got to keep the honesty there. Truth will set you free. Comes with some consequences, but that is life. But I would say, best thing to do is say, babe, this is what it is. This is what they show me. You know, if you have it on your phone, if you have it in the portal, show them this is what it said. This is all they test me for. He can see the dates at the top. He can see all that stuff like that. But he's going to ask you, or she's going to ask you some serious questions like, why you didn't tell me this whole time? They're going to start realizing, oh, that's why you didn't want to have sex. Well, that's why you didn't want to do something. Why you didn't say anything? And you're going to have to be very candid and very transparent with your partner and be honest. If that's tears, it's whatever that may be, you need to tell them, well, I didn't say anything because I didn't know what it was. I didn't want you worried about it. Especially if you got a partner who's just like a word worm. Or you have a partner who, you know, they just get upset about stuff just because they don't get it. Or you got a partner who just got a lot going on and you didn't feel like you want to bear them with anything else. It's like, let me find out what it is. If it's nothing serious, that's something else I don't have to put on or him or her plate at the time. So I understand different situations for different people. But you're going to have to explain to your partner why you didn't say anything when you were with them all the time. You're going to have to explain it. And it's okay, explain it. If they accept it, yeah, you can't really control that part. But you being candid and telling everything of why you did what you did will give them a little bit more understanding of why you did what you did. You know, so you're going to have to explain, well, I chose not to this, or I thought it was yeast infection because I didn't have any bumps or anything until later on after taking the medicine. And then they started to get worse and worse and worse. I was like, okay, it may be a big bacterial vaginosis, you know, or things like that. Or if you have other health issues, you may think, well, I thought it was a side effect to my medicine or something like that, because they say stuff can happen. So, you know, you need to explain to your partner just why you didn't add them to the situation in the beginning when you first felt something was going on. You're going to have to just tell them, you know, and just be very candid with them with that. When you get past that part and you understand that, you know, you're going to say, you know, babe, I do want you to get tested. I didn't know anything about it. And I want you to get tested too. Now, this is the situation with your partner. You know, your partner going to decide if they're going to want to get tested or not. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You can't force your partner to do nothing they don't want to do. They are in shock just like you. Give them time to process. Many women that I talk to all the time, like, I want him to get tested and he won't get tested now. Give him a moment to think. You just told him he had herpes. Oh, you had herpes. And he may think in his mind he got herpes. Give him a moment to even just wrap his head around it. His life just shifted in just 2 seconds that you said that to him. He's just trying to register. Dudes are not like females. They don't process as fast as we do. You got to give them a moment to think. You got to give them a moment to have their emotions, because they bottle their emotions inside. So now he's feeling in the inside and really want to feel on the outside, and he can't do it because he really don't want to show you that he may cry, that he may yell, that he may want to punch a wall. He don't want to scare you. So my whole thing is give him time, just like you boohoo and you call your friends and you got a support group, you call me, you know, you did all these things. Give him the time to do that too. It's just like, you know what, babe, I know this is a lot to think about. I'm going to give you time to think about it. You know, you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. You know, if you want to talk about it more, we can. I do want you to get tested and kind of make sure I didn't give it to you by accident or anything like that. You know, but that's when you're ready. You know, I'm not forcing you to do it at this moment, but over time, I would like to know, because if you don't have it, what I need to figure out what I'm going to do to protect you from getting it. And that's something you need to stress to your partner. It's like, I really want you to get tested so I can just figure out if I have to go an extra mile to try to protect you. If you have it, it's a little different, you know, and you're going to have to say some things like that to your partner, because if your partner's not educated, they don't know that. But you got to tell them, like, I'm not forcing you to do it tomorrow. I'm not rushing you. But at the end of the day, I do want to know if we're going to have a sex life from this point, which we can. I need to know what I need to do to try to protect you from this point on. You know, but give your partner some time. Please do not rush them to the clinic. Don't rush them to their OBG or to their doctors. Like, give them time to think and give them the opportunity to make the decisions for themselves. Now, for my other individuals who are in a situation where, oh, we've been through this, and you know, he said he fine, but he still won't get tested after a month. No, now you're at a place where, no, you need to get tested. No, what we're not gonna do is be in denial. Okay? Because I ain't going to be sitting up here worried about you and I don't even know your status. Now, that's not a goal. Okay? And you're going to have a real conversation with your partner and say, look, yes, you say you accept me and we're going to be together, but being together is being responsible. The responsible thing to do is for you to go get tested to find out what's going on. You say you're not going nowhere. Since you're not going where, figure out what your test results are. You may not even have it. If you don't have it, we can try to prevent you from not having it, period. But just assuming just because I have it, you have it, that it don't work like that. I want us all to kill that notion. Just because you have it, your partner have it. That's not true. And just because you have it don't mean your partner ever gonna get it. That's just not the truth. Just because you have it don't guarantee another person to get it. So it's just important for you and your partner to be responsible the whole time in the whole situation. Okay, so if you go out a month and he talking about he don't want to do it, then you need to reevaluate this relationship and ask him some serious questions and say, babe, I need to know why you don't want to go. And I'm going to tell you why. Most of them want to go because they don't want to hear. They don't want to know. They want to live in denial. They want to act like it don't exist. It's like, and then sometimes in some guys' mind, and I'll hear guys say, well, if you got it, I got it. I'm just going to deal with whatever comes. But at the end of the day, as being responsible in a relationship, especially for your sexual health and his sexual health, it's best for him to go get tested because he may not have it at all. And it's best to know so y'all could just move forward with doing whatever's necessary to prevent that, you know, and it can be prevented, you know, through you not, you know, reducing your outbreaks, you taking medicine that you choose to do or going natural route, whatever that may be. You want to do that and then have a serious conversation about sex, letting them know like sex don't have to change. You know, I may have outbreaks. If I do have outbreaks, we may can't do, you know, penetration, or we may can't do oral, but we can do, you know, we could do vice versa, and find other things to do, or I can try to do different things to please you or whatever, so our sex life will not suffer. So that's what I want to come on here to talk to you guys about who are in current relationships and have to tell your partner. I want you to understand it is scary out your mind because you're scared you're going to lose your partner, but you don't know what your partner is going to say. Now, if you're in situations where, you know, you've been through stuff with your partner, you know your partner, my whole thing, you still got to tell them, because at the end of the day, you still don't know what the outcome going to be. Sometimes you've been through stuff and the person have grown, the person is just like, you know what, it's okay, but you have to do your due diligence. You have to be responsible and to talk to them. Give them the right to think. Give them the right to choose. And a lot of you guys are taking that away because you're just scared about what they're going to do. Being scared is not going to give you an answer. It's not going to answer any of your fears. It's not going to give you anything that you need. The best thing to do is to let that person tell you what they're going to tell you, and for you to accept it and move forward whatever you're going to have to do or what y'all want to do from that point on. I know I've talked to a lot of ladies who've been, you know, ended up losing their partners after they disclose. I'm going to tell you, sometimes it's not about the virus. Sometimes it's it's kind of how it went down, or how the relationship been going down the whole time. So I would strongly suggest to you also look overall the whole relationship. Is the relationship even a good relationship? Is this relationship healthy? All this stuff like that. And you know, sometimes your relationship just can't take another hit because of what been going on in the relationship prior anyway. But that's still not a reason for you not to tell. You still need to tell your partner, because at the end of the day, if you were not aware that you had the virus, you could have simply passed the virus without knowing it. And you need to give your partner the ability to get themselves tested and to move forward. Even if y'all break up with each other, that person will know their status from that point on. So I hope this video helped y'all in many ways. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment below. Share your outlook if you had to disclose to your partner in this play, you know, after finding out, you know, in your relationship. Please share that below. Share how that went for you. Also share this video with other individuals who may need this situation. If you're an individual who are in this and you need help, you want me to kind of tell me your situation, like, at least I want you to know my whole situation so you know what to do, then you'll set up a session at www.overcomingrthestigma at overcomingrthestigma.com. But I love you guys. Make sure you guys get your tickets for the tour right now. So I will be in New York September 13th and 14th. Yeah, 13th and 14th. And I will be in Houston October 12th and 11th and 12th. And my goal is to be in Virginia November 1st and 2nd, which is going to be a quick meetup, whatever. And I will give y'all information about that. That's still in the works because I am up for a nomination for Female Activist of the Year. Thank you guys for everybody who voted. So I will let you guys know that, but make sure, you know, you get your tickets for that. You know, if you're going to do a 30-minute session with me and do the meet and greet, it's going to be $65. If you're going to do the meet and greet, it is $65. I mean, it's $25. So make sure you guys get your tickets, and I love you guys. You know where to find me, and we'll be back right here on Thursday with another video, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Bye.